I am here to record another episode of the 10-minute round. It is my little MMA show. My name's Alex. I am the host of this garbage-ass show. I'm here to talk today about the main event for UFC 305. It is Israel Adesanya, the Stylebender, against, what's his nickname? Stillnox, Dricus du Plessis. That is coming up this weekend out of Perth, Australia. Sorry, my leg itches. I gotta scratch that real quick. All right. Here's the deal. I'm going to do my best to not sound biased in this video. I will say that back in like 2018, I had the privilege of meeting Israel Adesanya, and I've been following this sport for a long time. I've literally since the beginning, since I was like a small child watching, Hoist Gracie wearing pajamas, like beating up other dudes. And so I've been fortunate enough over all these years to meet a lot of fighters in person, go to a lot of events. And of all the fighters that I met, none was nicer. I mean, mind you, like 99% of the fighters that I ever met were really, really nice. But none was more generous with his time than Izzy. And so I'm a big Izzy fan. I ride with Izzy. And so I'm going to try to kind of, give Dricus here his fair, breakdown or whatever. So I'll do my best. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So anyways, this Saturday, they will be fighting for the middleweight title. The former champion, Israel Adesanya, is challenging Dricus du Plessis for his belt to see who the African champion, the real African champion, is. It's kind of a silly storyline. I don't know. I mean, I get it. I get where Izzy's coming from as far as like the, if Dricus kind of said that he was, of a line of great African champions rather than like trying to be like, I'm the African champion. Maybe things would be different. It's kind of like I don't know. It's a little bit of a manufactured drama, but you know what? It's the reason why we're getting this fight. Israel is coming off of a loss. He lost to Sean Strickland almost an entire year ago. This has been a pretty long layoff for him. I think since he joined the UFC in like 2018, he's rattled off like 16 fights. He's gone 13-3 in that time. So, I don't think he's ever had a layoff this long in the UFC. So, it's going to be interesting to see what he looks like coming into the cage. And then for Dricus has had, been on a run himself. He's on a 9-fight winning streak, 7 of those in the UFC. He has some good names. He's beat some good guys. To be honest with you, never did I think he was going to beat Robert Whittaker. Going into that fight, I was ready to bet like 3 months rent on Robert Whittaker. I was about to tell my lady hey, if this doesn't work out, I'm going to need you to cover rent for a while. But luckily I had a little self-control and I didn't put that much money down on him, but I'd still put a fair amount. And obviously that didn't work out for me. It didn't work out for Robert Whittaker either. So, props to Dricus, man. It worked out for him. And look at him now. He's champion. This is kind of another, kind of going back to the Bilal Muhammad and Leon Edwards fight. I spoke then about how it's kind of a clash of styles where, you have one very talented striker, like a brilliant striker in Israel Adesanya, likewise Leon Edwards. And then on the other end, you have a pretty durable guy. It's, the stand-up's not that pretty. The style's not that pretty. It's a little awkward, for Bilal it was, for Dricus it is still, but they're durable. They're determined. They bring a good strategy to the table. So it's kind of interesting for me to see how this clash of styles is going to play out on Saturday. The blueprint is kind of there for how to fight Israel as far as like how Sean Strickland did it. Mind you, Sean Strickland has incredible defense, incredible striking defense. So he's really good at not getting hit. I don't know if Dricus can necessarily avoid the shots the way that Sean did, but you know, he's very durable. So if he does get a cut a few times, he might just be saved by his chin. But the blueprint is there. You know, what you want to do is you can't let a talented striker like Israel Adesanya to have space to do the things that he's gonna do, to play his game. And you kind of have to take that away from him. And I think that Dricus and his team, they saw, you know, obviously they watched the fight against Sean Strickland. They saw the strategy, they saw what works, and, you know, their goal here is to implement not just the same strategy, but kind of improve upon it. So to be, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what this fight looks like from their end of how they're going to deal with Izzy. And for Israel, it's kind of on him and his team, the City Kickboxing guys, to kind of, you know, they have to know, like, hey, these guys saw how I lost my last fight. They're probably going to come in and try to do the same thing. What can we do to, like, mitigate that? You know, I'm no coach or anything like that, but obviously, like, it would benefit Izzy quite a bit if he's able to hurt Dricus early on, to kind of make him a little more hesitant, you know, to kind of like pull back on the pressure a little bit from Dricus. He wasn't able to do that against Sean, and that's why Sean just kind of like just kept coming at him. Yeah, it's you know, I think at this point, the odds are that or at least the odds makers have Israel as a slight favorite. I think it's like kind of like a minus 130 is what he's going off at. I find that to be like a little interesting, considering, you know, the layoff. He's coming off a loss. I kind of like, it's hard not to look at these guys and be like, oh yeah, like this is a very winnable fight for Izzy, because he's kind of fought other guys kind of like this. Maybe kind of like something like a Marvin Vettori would be something similar. Maybe even a Paulo Costa, but Paulo Costa kind of has a little more power behind his shots than I would say Dricus does. So this could be a tailor-made matchup for Izzy. You know, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what it looks like. This card's not really getting a lot of noise yet. Maybe it's just early in the week, but I don't hear a lot of people talking about this one. But I'm pretty excited to watch this one. You know, I'll be tuning in. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know how it's going to go down. But we're going to find out. That's what I love about the sport. We're going to find out. I think that's it for this one. I know these endings are always kind of a little abrupt. I'll probably make another video and kind of break down some of the other fights on this card. Release that one a little later in the week. And you know, there's some good Aussies fighting on this one. Maybe some New Zealanders. I don't know. I'd have to take a look at it again. But yeah, this is it for this one. I will catch you on the next one. Enjoy the fights.